And hopefully my computer stops beeping at me. Why are you beeping? Because you're upset. Fair enough. So I'd beep if I was upset too. So, sorry. Yesterday we had, well, not yesterday, 2 days ago we had a stream. Earlier today I had a discussion with management. He stated that the volume was a bit low, so I've played with it a bit, so the volume should be at a more adequate volume for management. How are we all doing this evening? Hopefully coming through nice and loud and full of body and rumbliness and all the good things in a voice. Yeah, what are we doing here? All right, we actually got some live updates happening. That's good. I can see the state of the stream. That is very good. Very, very good. How are we all doing this evening? Hello, Fabian. How are you doing? I've got coffee. I've got other stuff. I'm good for a stream and some diggy. Some interacting with the algorithm so it doesn't feel lonely anymore. You know how it goes. I'm glad to hear that. In the previous stream, we went to epidemic sounds, and apparently I screwed something up. Because when I ended the stream, I got 32 copyright claims, which is different than a copyright strike, thankfully, because if it was a copyright strike, my channel would not exist anymore. So they were a little upset that I used their free music for streaming. I didn't actually set it up properly, so it didn't exclude my channel. But, having said that, went to a new site called artlist.ai. And set it up there. So hopefully they don't copyright claim me. I have paid, I have set it up, so hopefully they leave me alone. So that we can all have some chill music. There we go, some nice soft tunes to while away the hours on a Saturday evening. Well, for me, whatever it is for you. The nice beats. Nice, relaxing beats pulsing through your eardrums, into your brain. Nope, I didn't like that. I was hyping you up, playlist. You let me down. You had one job to do. Playlist. One job. And you messed it up. Ugh. Anyways, so now we've got... Yes, definitely a copyright orbital strike. That sounded like a cough. It wasn't me, it was the music. Anyways. Hopefully the volume of the music's coming through nicely. Let me just double check there. Not too overpowering. We can adjust it ever so slightly. We don't want it to be overpowering. I don't want to be screaming and shouting to overcome the lo-fi beats. Because, as everyone knows, nobody beats the lo-fi beats. Anyways, on to the story. Oh, what story? Put a microphone in front of me and the first thing I say is welcome to the story. You can guess what I do for a living. We can do a bit louder. I don't want it to be too overpowering, although I suppose that is the plus of lo-fi, is that it is not overpowering to the voice. Okay, volume check, the music okay, the voice okay. So I ate too much dinner. But it was good dinner. It deserved to be overeaten. But my stomach now doth protest. It wasn't protesting at the time, but now it has sent up a white flag and said, no more. So you might see me burping or drinking some of this horrendous stuff, which is, what do they call this? Heartburn and indigestion medication. If I do not worry, I'm not dying. It was just worth it. An after dinner story. We had dinner, the end. There you go. It was a nice short story. Sinus surgery sinus surgery. This surgery next week is on my vocal cords. Not related specifically to the sinus surgery. This was an issue picked up before the sinus surgery. So I had the first operation last year, and then they injected filler into my vocal cords to correct partial vocal cord paralysis. And it worked. But the thing was, they were testing to see how well it worked, if I was allergic to anything, and all of that. So it was a temporary filler. I'm going back for the same operation, but this time with a permanent filler. So, I mean, they want to make sure it's 100% before they do the permanent thing because, permanent. So, yeah, basically I'm getting Kardashianed into the vocal cords. So it's going to be thick with 3 C's and then nice and booming, hopefully. Give me extra range around the corners and stuff. That's the plan, at least. Whether that's actually what happens is a different story. So I'm basically operating on half the range of a normal person. I don't have an upper range per se, and also don't have much consistency because of the paralysis. So the operation should increase my range and increase my consistency of the voice from day-to-day stuff. It shouldn't change my normal voice too much. It's just my upper range and consistency is the problem. So some days there are voices I can do, and then other days can't do them. They're just not there. So if you've heard any of my stories from about a year ago, that's what my voice will most likely sound like. Fair enough. Didn't play much Skyrim. Any game that starts off with a 10-minute sequence where I have to sit and do nothing is probably a game I'm never going to play. Very much. An infection to the throat, and then I hobbled all the way home. So we're aiming to try mine 500 guild to get one of the words just gone. Too much good dinner. Words go away. Yeah, objectives. There we go. Look, it's correcting years of problems. and pain and stuff like that. So hopefully that all stops when I get the surgery, but we'll see. It should, very much. I played the original number 2 and some of number 3. 4 was, you see, 3 had at least spots where you could do stuff. It wasn't much, but you controlled the character. And I played a bit of 4, but don't ask me what the story was about. I vaguely remember. It was all about shooting mutants in the face. Yeah, a little less so in the first couple. No, first 2. But the first 2 were not ARPGs, TRPGs. Turn-based. This is a deep Rock Galactic Survivor. So it's like Vampire Survivors and Deep Rock Galactic had a very Scottish, illegitimate child.
I rarely pick one of these.
You don't. They just keep spawning. If you transpose the beginning letters of gentle and men, you get mental gen, and then it just sort of became mental gents. Something my dad used to say. Stuck with me. Good evening, Corwin. Glad you could join us. Yeah, it's just a family thing that is now an internet thing. So, one of those weird things. Yes, my family was weird. Thank you very much, Colmos. Yeah, I'm sure it will. Ah, coffee.
May as well do hazard 3. Catch this.
Oh, the cheese cult has arrived. That's good. For those of you who don't know, there's a cheese cult inhabiting my Discord server. It has nothing to do with me. I didn't start it, I do not maintain it, and I do not condone it. But at least they're good for something.
Yes, please. Dial it in. Took out a loot box.
Oh no, they're good at doing cheese puns. That's it.
Pump that packs a punch.
Supply pod prepped and ready, miner. We need you to clean up the landing zone.
I'm glad you're enjoying Corwin. I've tried to build a little refuge against the AI TTS. And do my own take on this whole YouTube narration bullshit. No, I'm pretty sure the cheese cult would impose a cheese tax.
Lock up and get ready.
Beat your banker, Craig. Yes, please. Sure. Why not?
Don't think we're gonna get enough gold. You never know. That sounds like a very angry bug.
Supply pod 1. Stand clear of the impact zone.
It's a little extra special. Overclock says it's time to kill.
Well, you know, you just need to say some very upsetting things. Get some people salty, and I'm sure the snails will go away. What was that mean for me to say?
Really much better. This is my pick. That's all you got, you
Objective completed, miner. Get to the drop pod before it heads back to orbit.
So we've had crabs, we've had cheese, and we've had snails. This is almost a full meal that we've had in the emotes. Now we just need some dessert toppings, and we should be there for a 3-course meal. At a very weird restaurant.
I rarely pick one of these. Gotta have it.
That's work to be done. Up and at 'em, miner.
Cheesecake works. Goes with the theme. I suppose cheesecake and hard-shelled candies would probably suit the theme very well. Bacon cult? Yes. Definitely. But bacon goes well with cheese.
Prepare to fight for your life. A big swarm is approaching. Supply pod active. Locate the LZ and prep it for landing.
So, I tell a joke, and it's not actually that untrue, is that when I narrate so much that when I get to a restaurant, I refuse to read the menu because I'm so sick and tired of reading by the time I get there. So I get my wife to read it to me. She doesn't think it's funny. I do.
Choice. Never felt better.
Cheers, Samurusen 5000. Thanks for stopping by. It's much appreciated. Is that the modern term for stealing a cell phone? I'm not hip with the youngins, so... It sounds like something that would be... You know... hip. Just point at the pictures. Why do you only go to restaurants with pictures in their names? That one. Yummy. Me want. She was in a Christmas special, but she really doesn't like it. One of the Christmas special. It's a Christmas special from 2 years ago. All the female voices were hers, but at that point she decided that she didn't like this stuff and that it would be left up to me, which is fair enough. Cool, not a problem, ICU. Thanks for popping past, and I'll definitely try and enjoy it.
I'll take it. Cowabunga. Overclock. My favorite type of clock.
Sleep well, Herdo. I hope you have wonderful, fantastic dreams of Scottish men running around killing bugs.
Not fair. Just not fair. Here we go. I'll try on half.
Fair enough, Grey Ghost. Fair enough. One man's dreams is another man's nightmares.
On top of things, that's me.
This is it. Either the dreadnought goes or we send in another dwarf. You'll be on your own in there. Make it count.
Yeah, definitely. Probing, not good.
You're cute. I'm raring to try this out.
Mothbat, thank you for becoming a member. a legendary tier 3, 4, 3, 3. Thank you very much. It is very much appreciated.
I'm gonna go with this.
We can't send in supplies until you clear out the landing zone.
Corrosive sludge. Gross, but effective. Sorry, Mr. Bug. Your own fault for being
Honestly, I think any time is a weird time for probing. Ba-doom-tsh. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Mothbat.
Mark some goodies headed your way, Miner. The swarm's heading your way. Load up.
I'm gonna need a lot of bug spray to get rid of this problem.
I want it.
By jelly, do you mean jelly as the British jelly, or a jelly as in the American jelly?
This is perfect for my build. I'm having that vision.
Sounds like a yummy lunch. Like I said, I had way too much dinner, but there was bacon for dinner, so... Yeah, you know. The brain says no such thing as too much bacon. The stomach does protest. Yeah. Well, one jelly in Britain is the dessert jelly. And what Americans call jelly, we call jam.
Exemplary work. You've achieved your objective in a record time.
There's also a cooking jelly, like mint jelly and applesauce jelly, which you use on certain foodstuffs.
Can I paint my nails to match it?
How that relates to jelly and jam, I have no idea. I'm not a cook. I do not make this stuff. I just consume it. Like a ravenous bacon eater. Just eating all the bacon.
Get it wrapped up, Miner. The longer you stay, the harder it gets.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna make a comment about the longer you stay, the harder it gets, but sure, this is a family show.
Me stronger.
And then you've also got marmalade, which is slightly different. It's just enjoying some coffee. Yep, the bacon cult. I'm already a part, and I'm a paying member. Boy, am I paying right now. Fluff. That's what the fuck is that? Isn't that mushroom? What mushroom? Marshmallow fluff. Yeah, some of the specialty stores here have it. It's not easily available locally. You have to go to like the quote-unquote American stores to get it. But I have tried some. And by here, I mean South Africa, not England. I don't live in England. I don't know whether it's readily available in England, but I've never seen it on the shelf of a normal store here. So, got a new chair, which is fantastic. Problem is, the wheels are very... The wheels are very new, and I have tiled floors, so every time I move a little bit, I keep rolling away from the table. So I need to keep my feet planted on the floor and really concentrate on not rolling away. I'm pretty sure that I'm on a downhill, which means the floor is not flat. And I was going to make a very sanguine, deep comment about humanity. Probably not. Yeah, no, gone. I was going to say something, and it just off it went. Let's move this down here. Not obstructing in the face.
Hollow bow again. I bet I can handle Hazard 3. Leave it to me.
It's Dreadnought time, Miner. Find the damn thing, destroy it.
The attack of the emotes. Bacon, cheese, and escargot. Very unusual, shall we say the least. It was a very wholesome story. I enjoyed it. I mean, it did telegraph the ending, but it was still a good story. Not every story has to be doom and gloom and shitposting. Some of them can be wholesome feel-goods. Yeah, it can escargot or fuck away, because I'm not eating it.
Looks good. It shoots better.
Can't land the supply pod. Impact zone is cluttered.
No, I enjoy the funny ones as well. But it's nice to have a variety, I think.
Objective completed.
I want the cryo cannon. Attack! I'm a better dwarf than yesterday.
Swarm detected. Get ready. They'll be with you shortly.
I'm glad it helps with the drives, Moth.
Is inbound.
Yes. There is quite a bit of lag. I'm busy looking at the street. Oh, wait, no. Give me a second. Where are we? I was about to say, my screen says that I'm about 5 minutes behind, which is a bit much, quite honestly. But now we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, about 5 seconds off. Taco Tuesday, I think. I remember the Grey Ghost. I do remember the thumbnail is purple, like a purple gas cloud, but I can't remember the title offhand. Thank you, Electromagnetic Mischief. I couldn't have done it alone. It was thanks to you all that we've reached you. I can see why that would be a bit of a problem, War Draven. like I said, I do remember the story. I remember the thumbnail that I made for it, but I don't remember the title. Unfortunately, after the amount of stories that I've read, titles kind of blur together. Especially with time added into that. Honestly, yeah, it's great that everybody is enjoying the content. Hello, Great Green Goo, how are you doing? Eh, 100,000 people, there's definitely bound to be some interesting people amongst them. I'd like to think that all my audience is interesting. Hey, there we go, there's a plug. But no, seriously. You guys are awesome. Nice. Unfortunately, there probably won't be more Survivor for a while. The normal recovery process is TFOS comes first, then series, so I wish, well, it is the way it is. So probably 2 to 3 months before series are back into a normal state. I mean, I decided to try to record ahead for TFOS and then immediately caught a flu. And that was fantastic. Still recovering from the flu. And when I get a flu, I get mouth ulcers. And I got one in my throat, which is really, really awesome. Especially before a throat surgery. So, yeah. Bitch, bitch, moan, moan, whine, whine. Woe is me. But hey, got a pulse. I'm above ground, so all good.
Diving deeper, taking you to stage 2.
Cheers, the Grey Ghost. Hope you have a good one.
I always waste my money on cosmetics. Put a bit of extra kick in it. It's a little extra special.
Work to do and quotas to meet.
Well, hopefully, by the time I've recovered, I will have sorted out the headache/migraine problem so that my day-to-day recording can be consistent. Because that's been one of the big drawbacks of the last little while, has been the migraines and headaches. That is indeed true, Douglas. That is indeed true. Woe is me doesn't help. Brings you down, brings everybody else down. This channel is to entertain. Well, I suppose there are people that get entertained by other people's woes. Schadenfreude and all that bullshit.
Resupply prepared. Clear the landing zone of obstacles.
Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah, just day-to-day problems. Every job has their pros and cons. I'm not like some people, streamers, very popular streamers, that think that streaming is like a full-time job, labor. It's not. I've done full-time labor. I'd rather do streaming.
Now this is a rare microwaves back
detected. Lock up and get ready.
That's weird, Red. I've tried to stream it at a 1080p, so not too much in the draw for the video. I don't think streaming at 4K for this particular channel is going to really do much to improve it.
Sorry, little one. Your own fault for being full of goodies.
Well, yep, there's dinner. Really fighting back. Well, the first surgery wasn't on insurance, and we've been fighting for a week. Yeah, so the first one wasn't on insurance.
I'll take this one.
I had to pay cash for that. But it was a quote-unquote business expense, so I saved and all of that for it. I am now on health insurance, which we call medical aid here. But we're busy fighting with them because pre-existing condition or, I don't know. Haven't been with them long enough or something. So I might have to pay quite a bit out of pocket. But, you know, it's my fault that I did this to my voice. And now we fix what we broke. I have saved up money since the sinus operations. So I should be able to cover this without a problem.
Don't mind if I do.
It'll do. Yes.
Let's show them some pie. Dibbity dips. Let's show them some pie. This works.
And especially if you're working on any form of Wi-Fi, weather will definitely play a big role in your internet speed. Well, that was kind of the intention, was to make so much content that people would just be forced to watch my channel 24/7. I don't produce nearly as much content as I used to, but I do produce higher quality content, I like to think, than what I did in the beginning.
They're everywhere. Move out, miner. Get it over with.
But the higher quality content, and trying not to blow my voice out for a third or fourth time, does make it a bit of a challenge.
Now this I can get into.
This ain't a picnic, miner. The
Oh,
bugs
this
are all
isn't
over
good.
you.
This is very not good.
There, I'm a bullet in the fight.
Drop pod has arrived. Get there before the timer runs out.
Nope,
Drop
it's
pod
dead.
is not going to hang around.
Bugs, who is the boss?
Yeah. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, it's still an elective surgery, so I wouldn't have gone into it next week without being sure that I could pay for it one way or the other, whether it's through health insurance or through my own pocket. I obviously would prefer health insurance to pay for it, or medical aid, but it is what it is. If I couldn't afford it, I would have put it off for a couple more months while I saved up. Well, yes, flash freezing would definitely probably put it. It slows the signal down. It's cold. I don't drink nearly as much coffee as I used to because of my acid reflux. I used to drink like 10 to 15 cups a day. I drink maybe 2, 3 now. And it's 2 instant coffee because I'm a pleb. The good instant coffee, but instant coffee nonetheless. If I wanted to cook my coffee, I would become a chef. No insults to anybody who really goes into the coffee thing. I just want coffee in my system as fast as possible. The more steps you put between me and coffee, the less likely it's going to happen. And it's 2 heaped teaspoons of strong instant coffee and 2 canderel, which is a sweetener. Sometimes with milk, sometimes without. In a thermal mug, because optimistically speaking, I'll drink it before it gets cold. I'll drink it after it gets cold, and I'll drink it while it's cold. I don't really care. Good luck with that, Moth. I hope you find a fantastic offer, and you're able to move everything you need. Find all the rooms and all the goodies in the apartments that you want. I'm just so used to drinking coffee that it's like, whatever. Cold, hot, warm. The only problem is with milk, the longer you leave it, the probably shouldn't drink it. But, you know, within a couple hours, it's fine.
I'm up for Hazard 3.
I just realized I don't have a mute button. This realization comes because I had a sneeze brewing. Just give me a second. I need to set up an emergency mute button so I don't blow everybody's ears out. Now, that would be bad. I'd blow my own ears out as well because I've got the headphones connected to the microphone. Everybody will need to turn the volume up after that. After the ringing stops. Hotkeys. Streaming. Microphone. Mute. Unmute. Apply. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Okay, there we go. Emergency mute button in place. Eardrums have been saved. Don't hold your applause. No, it's fine. I love the eardrums. I would never hurt them. So thank you. Yes, over dramatic. That's what I do for a living. We tried filter coffee for a long time, but I was the only person who drank filter coffee, so I ended up having to drink the whole pot of filter coffee, which I love coffee, but there's only so much I can drink at a time, and a pot at a time is a bit much. So it would just sit there and then just get better because it's sitting on the heating plate and all that stuff. I mean, now you've got the Nespresso machines and the individual blah-de-blahs, and it's like, whatever.
And they call it a mine.
Find and eliminate the dreadnought. Remember, you're on your own this time. There's no one to carry your body back to the dock pod if you
Just
fail.
what the doctor.
Well, that does remind me of a story. I used to work at a place, and they had a lady that, well, what was it called? A refreshment officer. So her job was to make sure the coffee pots were full and, you know, there was enough milk and tea and coffee for everybody and all of that. So she would make the worst filter coffee on the planet so that she would only have to make 1 pot a day until I started working there. Because I started drinking it. Nobody else would. I just like, coffee, I don't have to make it. And then I'd just pour it for myself, and then people were horrified with that. And then one day, she was late, or it was a Saturday, or something like that. She wasn't working. So I'm like, fuck this. I'll figure out how this industrial machine works for the filter coffee. And I made a cup of coffee, a pot of coffee. And everybody who was at work that day, they were like, oh, there's coffee, filter coffee. And, you know, the lady's not here, so let's give it a try. And they were like, oh my God, how did you make this coffee? It's so awesome. I'm like, I didn't burn it? So I'm convinced to this day she tried to make the worst coffee possible so that she didn't have to make any more coffee other than one pot in the morning. Yes, Wardraven. I have been doing everything that you've heard for the last 4 years has been with a partially paralyzed voice. At some point, we don't know exactly when it happened, but it's definitely been categorically for 2 years at least that I've had a partially paralyzed voice or vocal cord incontinence. Even the doctor can't make up his mind on what he wants to call the damn thing. I refuse to call it partial vocal cord paralysis because it just sounds like a fancy way of saying I'm talking shit. Look, it's a sacrifice I willingly made. The channel, everybody asks, you know, why did I start? The simple answer is desperation. When I say that 3 years ago my savings plan was the loose change jar in my kitchen, it's not a joke. That was not just my savings plan, that was my family savings plan, mine and my wife. So things were very, very dire at that point. And this was a last-ditch effort to, you know, make things work. And it worked. So I gave everything. I was like, I don't regret it. I will never regret it. It has led to a better life for me and my family. All my family, my dad. I can look after him in his retirement. My wife, who's now my employee, does all the editing. Doesn't have to worry about much in life. So it's all thanks to you guys. And I sacrificed my voice willingly. And I would do it again. Should you do that? Probably not. You should probably go through the proper process, but, you know, sometimes you don't have the luxury of doing it the proper way. Now I can eat bacon for dinner. That's awesome. Still to this day, since that time, I can't stand rice because we were eating it so goddamn much. Oh, rice. Ugh. But anyway, we're in brighter times now. Much brighter times. Happier times. Although, weirder times. My wife had to put up with me walking around the house talking in random voices. You know, like a crazy person talking to themselves. But I wasn't only just talking to myself. I was using different accents and shit for like days on end. Just honing in on the voices. So I'd be like walking around the house being like, oh my God, who made the coffee? Sort of stuff. And she would just roll her eyes and be like, okay, it's one of those days, is it? And then ignore me for the rest of the day. But it was awesome. It's awesome. I don't do that as much anymore. Maybe if I'm working on a new voice, which I haven't in a while. But I am going to probably have to do a lot of that after the surgery, just to get all the voices back to where they were.
Guess what's on the menu? More bugs.
Oh goody, more bugs, yum yum. The surgery isn't too bad. The biggest thing with the surgery from last time I found was not necessarily the surgery itself on the voice. I was back to like conversational talking within a couple days, but it was the stamina. My stamina was just gone. Vocal stamina and physical stamina for months.
There now. It will leave without you.
So I had to slowly build up all the stamina again. Basically do some self recovery. No, that's not the word.
Stage 1 completed. Well done. Taking you
Thank you, Lucifer Devil. You can't have my soul. That belongs to my wife. She's already got it in the divorce contract, where if it should ever happen, that actually came out completely wrong. I meant in the marriage contract, not the divorce contract. I'm glad you enjoyed the story. Yes, my wife is a saint for not murdering me.
It's a little extra special.
But I mean, she also, look, she understood what was going on. It wasn't like she didn't know what was going on. I just one day started walking around talking in weird voices. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure the nice men in their clean white coats would have come and fetched me for a basket weaving session. Then I also do understand that it would probably be trying at times. When you're trying to perfect the voice and you're like, darling, could you hand me the tomato sauce for my slop chips? Ah, yes, thank you so very much. You know, something ridiculous like that. Or walking down the passage and feel like, oh my god, a dog! Oh, whatever shall I do? No, doggy, don't attack me, you beastie! You know, just random shit. Just trying to dial in a voice. It was insane. Anybody, we used to joke that anybody who listened, if you were just a fly on the wall, would think that I was schizophrenic. Just because I would be like one accent walking one way, and then on the way back it would be like, hi, that's a doggy, hello doggy. And then on a dime, flip back to a different accent. So yeah. My neighbors had an interesting time, because they had no context as to what the fuck was going on.
Don't die for me. Never felt better. Time for some easy baked bugs.
Dinner still fighting back, just give me a second. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying Red Vex, and I'm glad you're sharing me like the plague. Or, you know, one of those inconvenient rashes, whichever works.
prepare to fight for your life. Big swarm is approaching. Supply pod unit.
Nice shot. I'm a better dwarf than yesterday. I'm growing stronger.
Well, I mean, fair enough, you do listen to it in the stories, but at least there's some sort of throughput of the voice to what's happening. It was just random stuff. One day I would just be talking in one voice, and about just like the most mundane stuff, and you're like, oh my god. Oh, yes, I don't feel like eating that today. Can we perhaps have a different meal? Oh, 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 shh, shh. Stupid alarm. Don't give me copyright struck. Stupid thing. Yeah. The neighbors must have just thought it was a loony bin. No, I'm not entirely wrong, but for a different reason. It's not just long sleeve shirts, it's overly long sleeve shirts. They need to be about this much longer than the tips of your fingers. Just you know, so that you can do some self-hugging. Everybody needs some self-hugging sometimes. Whee! I'm a pinwheel.
Move it, miner. The bugs are gunning for you.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're all here to spend this chill time with me, although I am out of coffee. But I do have some Coca-Cola. Diet Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola Zero. Coca-Cola Zero. Gotta watch my girlish figure. Music. Man, music's okay. Seems a bit soft to me. Music. Problem is they haven't normalized this, so each song is at a different volume. It is very much appreciated, Wardraven. Every subscriber is appreciated. And I'm glad you're enjoying the content and that I can entertain you. Yeah, very much. I do have plenty of caffeine, so this is caffeinated Coke Zero. There it is, in a beer glass. And then I've got my mixture. So I drink, on a normal day, I drink like 6 of these. So it's about 6 liters of water, 6 to 8 liters of water. So it's a bit of a mix and cool drink and some, what do I call it? A sports drink. It's for the, what's the word? It's gone. Electrolytes, there we go. Funny thing is I have to think of idiocracy to remember that word. Anyway, so yeah, this has got like electrolytes and shit because I drink so much water. And it's berry flavored, but it's got caffeine in it. So every drink around my table has caffeine in it. I was possibly thinking of making this a weekly thing, a Saturday thing, because Friday nights I go out and I play Magic the Gathering. So up until it's quite late, it's Friday Night Magic. And I get home quite late, so I can't really record on a Saturday. But streaming is a bit lighter on the voice than recording, so I was thinking maybe doing like a weekly after hours, what do they call it, after dark. I don't know what the streamer terminology is. I don't really watch streams. And do it once a week, maybe. I don't know. It's up in the air. There's lots of things happening at the moment to take up my time. So there's the immigration, there's the operation, there's the recovery, it's and then potentially moving houses again when we immigrate. It's all of that. So I'm hard pressed to promise anything. I mean, I would love to say that I will. But some days I'm just tired on a Saturday and just sit and stare at the screen and watch mindless YouTube videos. Oh, a happy kitty is a good kitty. Look, I don't drink nearly as much caffeine as I used to. I mean, this is a regulated amount, so there's a pill I put in here, and it's like, put 1 pill per liter of water. So it's not much caffeine, but there is caffeine in it. So, I mean, I'm not drinking too much. Not 10 Red Bulls a day or 15 cups of coffee. So, should be good. Well, this is basically just colored water. With a little bit of flavorant. And that's it. And then electrolytes.
I'm going to hazard 3. Sure, no sweat.
Ah, thank you for the kind words, Bernie. Much appreciated.
Find and eliminate the dreadnoughts. Remember, you're on your own this time. There's no one to carry your body back to the dock pod.
Very much, William.
Yeehaw! This is it.
Yeehaw indeed.
I want it. Yeah. That's the one.
Resupply prepared. Clear the landing zone of obstacles.
Ooh, for goodness, a yawn. Oh, I'm old. Missed my afternoon nap. This is Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. So it's an offshoot game of Deep Rock Galactic.
Never leave home without it.
Big swarm detected. Lock up and get ready.
I've never gotten to Mountain Dew, but it didn't exist when I was a kid. And that's just because the country I was in, rather than I'm so old I predate Mountain Dew. But, so, I mean, I think if you didn't drink that as a child or as part of your life, it's a bit weird getting into it as an adult. Just that luminous green color, it's like, yeah, okay.
I'm gonna kill you all. Don't mind if I do. This one.
Strangely enough, Mountain Dew is available now in like normal stores. I just never looked at it and gone, yes, let me try some. It's normally like, give me Monster, or give me Red Bull.
Hell yes.
Objective completed, miner. Get to the drop pod before it heads back to orbit.
Yeah, 3 seconds to spare. Had plenty of time.
Cowabunga! Overclock says it's time to kill.
There's beasties to shoot and work to be done. Get to it, miner.
This is gonna be a walk in the park. I'm gonna be the best survivor. Boy, feels boy lies.
What's what, Wardraven? Nuka-Cola Quantum. Cheers, Camel Tube. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. Thank you for your time. Hope you have a fantastic day or evening or whatever it may be for you.
Too much crap to send in the supply pod. Clear out the LZ, please. Landing zone ready. Impact imminent.
Nice. It'll do. I'll take this one.
Well, there was actually a drink like that in real life that I can't remember what it was. It was supposed to be a health drink, a energy drink, and they had what the fuck was it? There was some radioactive material in it, and there was a case. So some dude was drinking like 20 of these things a day, and his jaw rotted off basically, and he still drank the stuff. This was in the like 20s. There's a couple of YouTube videos about it. I think it's more based off of that. What is it? Radium? 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 Could be radium. The drink was based off of. Ah, there, somebody confirmed it was radium, yeah. Good afternoon, evening, or evening for me. Adam, how you doing?
I'm going to. I bet I can handle Hazard 3. Leave it to me.
We're sending you in to take out a dreadnought. Get it done, miner. We're all counting on you.
This one suits me best. Yes, please.
Oh, it soothes the throat and a sedative at that same time. I'm doing well, thanks. Just taking it easy before the surgery, recovering from a little bit of a flu. An unexpected flu. I hate the flu. But yeah, fine. I think the worst thing I've got to deal with today is a mouth ulcer in my throat.
We can't send in supplies until you clear out the landing zone.
Which still is not the worst mouth ulcer I've ever had. Used to suffer quite badly from them. With the amount of radium that they drank, they should have. He was literally buried in a lead coffin, if I remember the story correctly. But it's been quite some time since I actually watched the thing about him. I think it was what was it? It was a video about safety standards around radiation in the early 20s. Something like that, I can't remember. It was just like, surely when your jaw starts rotting off, you should probably stop and do something, not increase the contents of the stuff you're taking. Because obviously something's not working. I think he was taking it to cure his baldness. It all gets muddled up in the head.
Give me
You get used to mouth ulcers. My pleasure, Camel Tube. I'm glad you enjoyed the content and that it kept you occupied and entertained for numerous hours. Oh, yes, sir. I think that was also in the same video where the most common one was lip cancer because they would lick the brush to get it to a fine point. So a lot of them got cancer on the lip. It's not good, Wardraven. I wish I could offer some suggestions, but maybe give your internet connection some coffee, perk it up. I mean, Root might not be happy, but it'll thank you afterwards. And then promptly fall asleep forever. The forever sleep.
Pretty sweet. Going.
Thank you very much, Rick James. It is very much appreciated. Any and all support is always appreciated. And lurking is a professional pastime that I partake in myself. Some people don't really regard the lurking profession as a needed one, but I do wholeheartedly think that it is the cornerstone of the internet.
Objective completed. The clock's ticking, Miner. Get it wrapped up.
I rarely pick one of these.
Yep.
Watch it. The threat level is increasing.
And there was in one of the stories that it just reminded me of that. It was like every rule in engineering is written in the blood of 1,000 or something like that. And it's very true.
I'm growing stronger.
Well done. Objective completed. Drop pod has arrived. Get there now. It will leave without you.
No one.
Stick it to the bugs.
Gotta move
We
on.
can make it.
The drop pod will head out momentarily. You made short work of stage 1. Well done, Miner.
Nice. It sounds like an interesting job, Camel Tube.
This is my pick. Ooh, baby.
So, seeing trend analysis reminds me of a funny story. My phone. Every week, YouTube specifically sends me a notification that says, check your anal. Every week, without stop. And every week I see this and I fucking laugh. YouTube reminding me to check my anal. And for some reason, on both this phone and my previous phone, it's YouTube reminding me to check my analytics. But it cuts off the analytics part and just leaves it as anal. And I don't know whether this is intentional. I think it's intentional because it's on two phones that it's done this. So instead of saying analytics, it says anal. But every week, I know what it's supposed to say, and I pick up the phone and YouTube is like, YouTube says check your anal, or anal. I'm like, okay, that's a bit personal, YouTube. I know you pay the bills, but That is a bit personal. Oops.
I can't get enough of this rare stuff.
So, at least sometimes YouTube puts a smile on my face.
To it, miner.
But on the plus side, I've got my rusty trusty special check mark next to my name now, which means if you see somebody claiming to be me and they don't have a check mark next to their name, they're not me. And the play button is en route. Whether I get it or not is very much up to my post office, so we'll see how that goes. But I'll definitely do an unboxing video when I receive it.
Prepare to fight for your life. The big swarm is approaching. We've got a blocked landing site for the supply pod. Get it cleared out.
Must be a problem on YouTube's side, because I don't think it's on my side. I'm not getting any warnings that the stream health is good. Says happy. So the upload speed isn't causing any problems. Maybe the YouTube servers are having a bit of a strain at the moment. Gotta be a bit difficult to show off the battle scars. Would need a camera shoved down my throat to show them off. Which, by the way, is an average visit to my ENT, having a camera shoved down my throat. Because it's all through the mouth. So there should be no scars. Well, no visible scars. So the interesting thing is the partial sedation they use. So because they can't do normal sedation, they would in a normal operation, because he needs me to do certain stuff with my vocal cords. So like hit certain notes and all of that. So they give me a drug, and I don't remember shit, but they can get me to do whatever it is I need to do, like sing a note, whatever. And my only request was, please God, don't make me say something stupid. I can do that perfectly fine all by myself. He seemed to think that was funny.
Feeling much better now. I'm growing stronger. I prefer my bugs well done. You don't see these every day.
Yeah, they're doing all sorts of weird shit. My personal opinion is, if I can't earn your view of an ad or your money in any way, then that's on me, not on you.
Stage 2 completed. Taking you to stage 3. Well done.
This makes my whole life better. Now this is a rare overclock.
More
My
beans.
favorite type of clock.
Thankfully, I don't get too claustrophobic, so it's not too bad. But it is a weird sensation, because when I go to the voice dock to do my normal checkup, he uses two cameras. One goes in through the nose, out the back, into the vocal cords. And sometimes he goes past the vocal cords, turns it around, and looks back. And he bumps into the throat from the inside. And that feels fucking weird. No worry, Camel Tube. Like I said, well, if you want to watch them, watch them. If you don't want to watch them, don't watch them. I'm not going to force, I'm not going to beg. You know. I think it is 2024. Most people understand how this works. And if you have a moral or a hatred for adverts, which I fully understand, then sure, do what you got to do.
Swarm's heading your way. Load up.
I want it. I die a little inside every time.
Resupply prepared. Clear the landing zone of obstacles.
That's weird, War Draven. Should at least allow you the 240 or 340p. Because normally, as far as I understand how their scaling algorithm works, is the first pass does the lower resolution, and every pass after that does a higher resolution. So the lower resolution should be available first by like microseconds, and then more processing, more lag. Something like that.
The scanner just lit up like a Christmas tree. We got a swarm incoming.
Bloody hell, you're hot and will. This makes my whole life better. Maybe I should concentrate a little more.
I'm just sitting here thinking, I'm fading pretty fast. I'm getting quite tired, but I did have quite a late night and all of that. So I think I shall be ending the stream, but fear not, I shall be back tomorrow. Good morning, Phoenix. Unfortunately, you joined just in time for me to stop. Sorry. But I'm glad you enjoyed the content. But I will be back tomorrow. So, same time, same place tomorrow. Set your clocks. I don't know. Quick, in chat, if you want me to set up the, what do they call it? Premiere for it for like hours beforehand so that it pops up in your notifications. Do you want that for me to do it as early as possible so you guys can see the notification earlier? Or do you want it like today where it just popped up like an hour beforehand? Hopefully tomorrow I can do a bit of a longer stream. Both of them are the same for me, whether I do it earlier or later. I just worry that if I do it too early, I'm nagging people. I personally don't like being nagged, so I don't really want people to feel like I'm nagging them. if I do it too early. But also, I know it's a weird time for everybody. Because it's... What's it? Quite early in the or late in the evening in most of the states when I start. Early, I'm not sure. Was it 10 hours? Let me look at that. It's 1800. So yeah, it'll be quite late. Because I start 6 o'clock my time. Okay, so it's not too bad. 10:30. Awesome. So yeah, definitely same time tomorrow. And hopefully we can have a bit of a longer stream. Hope you all have a fantastic day. I wish you the best at whatever it is you're doing. If you're working, to have a nice, calm, relaxed, and productive day where your boss doesn't get on your ass. And if you're not working, having a nice, relaxing day. That would be awesome. And then I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye. Cheers. Hasta la vista.